Hey, Avon community, got a quick question for you. What a quick question for you. So, yeah, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on this? Because I get perplexed every time I see this. And I know we don't buy records to invest. Some people do. I don't. We buy records to enjoy. But there are those times where you run across something that is, probably worth more than you paid for it, and then the question becomes, do you want to try to sell it, make a profit, maybe buy it again later down the road, or what? So over the weekend, went to a record store, went out of town. We were on our way home from out of town, and went to a place a little over an hour away in a whole other town, whole other state actually, and it turns out the state is where the record was pressed, so it kind of makes sense that it might show up in that area. But this had come up in recent conversations. I was kind of unaware of it. I've seen it over the years, but it had come up recently in recent conversations, so it was fresh on my mind. And so when I saw this album, I immediately grabbed it. We're talking Max Warrior. Now, who is Max Warrior? If you don't know who Max Warrior is, they were from from South Carolina, I believe, at the time. This album was pressed in Raleigh, North Carolina. I bought it in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, which is probably, an hour or two from Raleigh. And it is sealed, still sealed. 1985 release, which means it may be hopefully not warped. And it is a metal band from South Carolina. And if the reason it's come up is because it's got Carl Snare, or CJ Snare, on vocals, who went on to be in Firehouse. And he recently passed away this past April. So that's why this was mentioned. Now, it's also got Perry Richardson, who was also in Firehouse. So I don't think the other three guys were, but two of these guys went on to do Firehouse. Now, of course, Perry Richardson's now in Stryper, so that's more of a connection to me. So I'm thinking, when I saw this, I'm thinking, is this a reissue? Because I thought I heard of a reissue, but I'm thinking that was just, there was a CD reissue of this in recent years. But the vinyl seems like it only came out twice, in 85 on this label, and then, I don't know, it might have been later, 85 or 86 on a different label. It's just an EP. But what do? It's unopened. So I looked online. You can't really find it on eBay. There's no copies on eBay other than the CD. And there's only one copy that I found on sale on Discogs, and the guy's asking $99. So I bought this in the 50% off bin at this particular record store. I got it for $12. So the guy, I guess, was looking to get rid of it. Brand new, $12. So, my first inclination would be to open it and enjoy it. But what do you think? Because it could be one of those things where maybe you'll find another one down the line that's not open, that wouldn't be, obviously, as worth as much. But I don't know if I could get $99 for it. The guy on eBay on Discogs is trying to get that. I look on Discogs, it has sold for as low as $25, and the medium price is about, seems like I remember the medium price being in the 40s, and the high price was in the 80s. So anyway, what do you think? Do you take an album like this that has the potential for quadrupling your money and selling it, and maybe buy it later down the road, or buy a used copy for cheaper? Or do you just open it and enjoy it? What are your thoughts on that? That's the question for the day. Do you ever get perplexed by that, or is it just like buying? Just listen to it. Anyway, just thoughts for the interesting, intriguing minds that want to know if you've struggled with that issue. Anyway, let me know. Comment below. See you later. Rock on and rock hard.